One of the sweet perks about living in Alaska are these little red berries. They make our absolute favorite jam and a wonderful wild game marinade. Today we're going to show you how we like to preserve these guys on the homestead. One of our favorite things to pair with this jam is spruce hens. We're going to go out and see if we can get a couple for dinner. Have some hawkswing mushrooms here. These are delicious and we stock up on these a lot. Found them? Okay. Okay, we're gonna keep looking for more berries. These cranberries always remind me of Christmas. They make a great holiday sauce, but we eat the jam all year round. There's a low bush cranberry like this and then a high bush, which is slightly different. We really like the low bush and gather them quite a bit because they're really everywhere and just cover the ground. And they are super, super good in sourdough. So they're not especially juicy, so you can throw these berries in whole. You find more mushrooms?
Yeah, they're right here below me.
Here, pop them in the bag.
I found two.
Good job.
I found another little tiny one.
But this recipe for a batch of jam takes about 8 cups of berries. So we need about 4 more cups to go, and then we can get to cooking. These are nice and ripe. Great. We'll go find another patch.
Spruce hen and jam tonight, Lena.
Wild bird and some mushrooms. Gonna go great with our jam for dinner. All right, we have all of our berries here. I'm gonna start by washing and sorting through these. This recipe starts with 8 cups of these lingonberries or low bush cranberries. I think we have a little more than that here. I'm gonna start measuring this out and cleaning through it and sorting them out. We got a little left over. I think I'm gonna bake these into a sourdough loaf. They're really, really good in sourdough. But now that I have my 8 cups here, I'm just gonna kind of sort through them, give them a wash, and pick out any of the stems and leaves and anything like that. This recipe uses honey and lemon, so no refined sugar, and a little bit of water, and that is it. And these berries really do jam up very well. They have high pectin in them, so I don't use any store-bought pectin just because I don't want the extra cost, and I like to just use what I have. There you go. All right, my cranberries are all nice and washed and clean. I'm gonna start by throwing 3 cups of water and 4 cups of honey in this pot and simmering it for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna throw my beautiful honey in here. I'll put the recipe in the description. If you wanna use sugar, you can. I choose to use honey a lot of times. This is about 4 cups in here. My honey and my water has been simmering for about 5 minutes. I am going to throw all of my berries in here. Now at this point, you could blend this if you want to, or if you just want to leave them whole, you can do that too. I'm going to use my immersion blender and blend this up just a little bit. I'm going to leave some chunks in there, but I'm going to get this a little smoother. Also going to add a couple teaspoons of lemon in here. And I am going to be using a pressure canner for this, but I'm not pressure canning it. I'm going to water bath in my pressure canner just because I need that big pot to fit my racks in there. So this is gonna simmer for about 15 minutes until it's nice and jellied up or jammed up. And then we're ready to fill our jars. And for your jars, this is gonna process for 15 minutes, so I need not sterilize those jars, which is a help. I just went ahead and washed them very good with hot soapy water. And then I put my water in my pot here to get nice and warm while I get to finishing this jam. While this is getting cooked down, Dennis is gonna process that bird out, and we're gonna have that for dinner on some flatbread with our mushrooms and a little bit of this cranberry jam on top. This is nice and jammed up. It is so beautiful. I love cranberries. They make really vibrant jam. My nice wash jars. I'm going to fill this up to a 1/4 inch headspace, which is that tip top marker there. And it's important to fill that headspace to the correct amount when you are canning because you want that to seal correctly, and that will determine that. After you fill your jars, also make sure to check for air bubbles by just sweeping the rim there and then wipe the rim clean. Pop your lid on there and then just finger tighten that on. Lena, you want to try some jam?
Yes!
puppy. All right.
I'm taking it.
All right, I'm gonna start processing my jars in my water bath canner for 15 minutes. I have my rack on the bottom. I'm gonna keep my eye on this. When it gets to a full rolling boil, I'm gonna start my processing time of 15 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make some sourdough flatbread to go with our grouse and jam. Flatbread starts with sourdough discard. We make this all the time. It was one of the first things we made when we first started homesteading over a decade ago because we had no oven. We were just cooking over a fire. A little bit of water and salt. I'll put this recipe up in the description too. It's one of our most asked for recipes is the flatbread. It's Dennis's favorite. He'd rather flatbread than like a sourdough loaf. All right, my pot is at a full rolling boil. I'm going to start timing for 15 minutes and finish up cooking this grouse. We kept one jar of jam out of the canner.
There on Spring's house.
Yeah. I think next time I'm going to do a batch of this jam. I'm going to do candied orange, cinnamon in here and make it kind of festive. But it's very good.
Best day ever.
Best day ever.
This is my favorite jam Amy makes. It's good on basically anything, but it's really good on game birds.
Yeah, next time we get a duck.
Is this about done?
I think the alarm just went off, but I'm going to turn it off. Let that kind of cool. We'll pull them out after dinner. Dinner is delicious. We're going to take these jars out of the canner. These look beautiful. I will check these within 24 hours, make sure they all sealed correctly, and if not, I will reprocess them. But that's it. This batch is done, the first of many for this year. Hey guys, this is Amy and Dennis from Holdfast, Alaska. We are a small family living in the eastern interior, building a subsistence homestead.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video, and we'll see you on the next one.